Crypto frog in the area. DeFi yield farming is freaking gravy. Oh, impermanent loss is not good at all. Now, this video is kind of made by people asking me to explain myself. What is impermanent loss, crypto frog? So this is what this stream is going to be about. But then I look at the chat towards the end. Thumbs up for the algo. She can do it, so you can subscribe if you are not. Disclaimer: no financial advice. Follow me on the Twitter, CryptoFrog202. Let's do a price check. Price of 1 Woo as of the time of making this video is just under 91 cents. Price of Ethereum, I snagged myself a big bag of Ethereum, just under $2,500 US. Looking at WooX screen here, by the way. Butter going live for you soon. And 1 Bitcoin, 39.57k. All right, enough of that gravy. So I thought I'd look at like liquidity pools and all that kind of shit. I often got asked, like, why do you always veer towards doing like solo-sided staking instead of like farming? This is PancakeSwap, just one example. This is Walt Finance, another Binance Smart Chain example. These are some of the APRs you can get on these pools. ITAM BNB 330%. Never heard of ITAM. CGG BNB 270%. HYFI BNB about the same. Marsh BNB 236 on Walt Finance. They've got all these farms here. HFS, Binance USD, Twin BNB, Swell BNB. They're all above 600% APR. So those numbers are all like sexy and everything. No denying it, right? You can find ones that are even higher than that. A good resource to check out is vfat.tools. Go on the top. All Binance Smart Chain, Hecko, Polygon, XDAI, Avax, Phantom, Harmony, Fuse, Thundercore, Sunrage. This is the list just under Binance Smart Chain. It is crazy how many farms there are out there. But I'm not going to talk about specific farms. Maybe that I might do that in another video. Just be careful. DeFi is not without risks, of course. Smart contract failure, etc. Flash loan exploits, etc. Just plain rug pulling, etc. But you get these yield farming projects and they throw around like crazy, insane figures for your APY and APR, and everyone wants to stick some liquidity in and farm those tokens. Plow the fields, and it's all good until it isn't anymore, until you see your value of your farm or what you put in even go down. Some people I know don't really understand how to put liquidity into these things. It really isn't that hard. For example, this is how you do it on Binance Smart Chain. say you have like 100 BNB and you want to do alpaca, you'd want to do something like 49.5 BNB. Buy the equivalent amount of alpaca, whatever that works out as, if it's ever going to come up. 21,396. Buy, boom. Always leave some left over. Don't do 50-50, otherwise you won't be able to afford the gas, especially if you do on Ethereum. I mean, on Binance Smart Chain, you can probably do like 49.9 if you want. And then next to swap is liquidity, and then you take your thing, find the coins you have, they'll pop up with how much you have. So you have your 50 BNB worth of alpaca, it will show up here, click max alpaca, enter it, then go into your farm, just using Walt as an example. Click on that, stick it in there, and then you're getting this APR. That's how it works. Anyone can be a liquidity provider. All you have to do is deposit your tokens in the smart contract, and in return you get your pool tokens. And this basically tracks how much of the pool you have, and can be traded for the underlying assets in said staked assets. Liquidity is always generally provided in pairs. So for example, just once again, if you're staking $1,000 of Ethereum in like a Uniswap USDC pool, you'll need $1,000 of Ethereum worth of USDC. But I mean, sometimes you can do varying proportions, but I don't want to get too far down that road today. Let's, for the sake of this tutorial, if you can call that in the loosest sense of the word, let's keep it 50-50. Keep in mind the fees and all that kind of stuff you have to pay. So where does the impermanent loss come in then? Well, when you have one side of the equation, or even two sides of the equation that are volatile assets, it can lead to them getting out of whack with each other. Because one can spike in price, one can dump in price, they can both dump in price, they can dump in price at different rates. They can both go up in price, and they both go up in price at different rates. And that's when the impermanent loss kind of fucks you over. Because there can be a time where you would have earned more than just putting it in the pool anyway. If that one of the assets goes up a certain amount, etc., etc. Now, I mean, there are plenty of like Google articles about how impermanent loss works, but that's generally how I look at it as working. If you really want to find out how it works, you're probably best off going somewhere else, to be quite frank with you. You've got to also remember that a lot of the times these tokens that offer the highest APR, APY, the token you're actually farming is going to become increasingly worthless than it was at the start, which a lot of the time it was already pretty worthless. But as people farm and dump relentlessly, the price is going to get diluted so badly. You're going to end up with more. The more you stay in the pool, you're going to end up getting more and more of the same increasingly worthless token as people who maybe just bought it, held it without farming it at all, and sold it after one day. Because as people ape into these farms that offer the big APYs, APRs, you have to buy that initial token at the outset. So that is pushing up the price. There are some occasions where I will just buy a farming token because I realize that people are going to ape into it really hard without even bothering to farm it, because there's literally no point. If there's that much of a buzz around it, might as well buy it. Watch as people ape in and to get into these really high percentage farms and then just dump it, because a farm that's paying out 100,000% APY, the price of token is going to just deteriorate so quickly. It's going to be worse than a Zimbabwe dollar in very little time. There are a few tools you can use. In fact, if you go to the Gexter, there's blah 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 resources, and you got earn crypto, yield farming, compare coins, explore all coins. Where is it? Yield farming. And then here, oh yeah, here. Impermanent loss calculator. So you can see if the price changes of one token goes up 45%, and that's half of what you put in. And another one. Can you put minus in here? You can see here, so this is the impermanent loss calculator provided by the Gexter. Resources, DeFi, yield farming, then top thing, impermanent loss calculator. So if one of the assets, say BNB, goes up 45% while you're farming, and the other shitty token goes down 25% or even 50%, which is probably more likely. You're going to suffer impermanent loss of 12.67%. So a lot of the time it really isn't worth I much prefer, say for example on PancakeSwap, when I used to do farming on PancakeSwap, all I'd ever used to do was solo stake cake. That way you can't get bitten in the ass. And they also have an auto restaking one now, 111.65%. I'd much prefer to do that. And the same for this Walt thing. I don't have any money in this one, but I kind of gone off farming, to be quite frank. But the do something like stake Wex and get Wex is what I do, rather than pissing around looking at this. Yeah, so This takes you through to 11 Finance. Also check if these farms have been like audited or whatever. You got to be like super careful, yo. But I mean, look at that. I mean, that's not bad, to be quite frank with you. Solo staking WEX is 638% on 11.finance. And there's almost $10 million worth in there. However, be warned, there is a 0.2% withdrawal fee on capital. Some even hit you with a deposit fee. Now, I tend to avoid those wherever necessary. Well, I actually have some WEX BNB in there. Not much, but still. Why isn't that showing? Anyway, I'll have a look at the chat. I don't want to stay on long today. I kind of feel like a bit fucking under the weather. Maybe I got fucking coof. What up, Frog? What up? Best intro to live chat. Thank you very much. It's probably the best thing in this whole stream. Kingsley says, crypto gravy dealer Frog. TM says, I want to buy some gravy. Anyone else 60% down from all-time high like some wrecked pleb? Are you wrecked, sir? Internet computer baby, laugh my ass off. Yeah, I'd had a couple of. I'd wet my whistle. TM says ICP is some kind of scammer. Yeah. Can you do a live stake, geezer? Jesus Christ. I saw that Ample Fourth is now on Binance Smart Chain. Let's have a look at that, actually. Let's have a look what they... Can you farm that, then? I'm pretty sure I saw that tweet. So you can stake cake and earn Ample. Distribution day is 60 days. Yeah, I did see that, but I didn't pay much notice to it. Why can't I find it on... Is it one of these syrup pools, I mean. Anyway, all the information's on the link on Ampleforth. So you figure it out. Ain't that hard, yo. Oh shit, it's the Frogster. Froggy back with the freaking gravy. Well, yeah, basically I just talked a bit about like impermanent loss. Can you talk more in detail about impermanent loss, please? Well, I basically did for a little bit. So say there's a bunch of people all putting their money in the pool, right? And so you have like 1 Ethereum and you have like $2,500. You slam it in a pool, right? At the time of your deposit, that is worth $5,000 US, right? Say that gives you, just off the top of my head, like a 5% share of the pool. So you then have, but then if the price of Ethereum were to go up like $400, yes please, then what's going to happen is all these arbors, all these arb bots are going to exchange USDT or USDC for Ethereum. So it's going to suck out the value of your holdings within said pool, which is where the impermanent loss comes from. So your ratio is going to get out of whack. So you're going to end up in a pool that's being people are buying the ETH and sucking the ETH out, and all you're getting left with is a bunch more USDT or something like that. So when it comes time for you to withdraw your funds, you get, like, if you're still 5% of the pool, but you pull it out, and instead of getting 1 Ethereum and 2,500 bucks, you might pull out 0.75 ETH and like 2,600 USDT. But then you would have actually made more money if you would have just kept your 1 ETH and your 2,500 USDT in your MetaMask. So your dollar value worth of holdings would have been higher. Because once you put your money in that pool and one of the assets in that pool either shoots up or shoots down, you actually make a US dollar loss. So that's why you'd be better off holding your tokens, and that's when you've suffered from impermanent loss. I hope I put that as clearly as possible. Capiche? Life is good at the bottom of my ramen bowl, getting gravy and noodles from the frog. Goddamn right. Wex Poly tomorrow. Yeah, I keep hearing about that. APY is year, annual percentage yield. What's good, fellow YouTuber? What's good, Crypto Lifer? What are the warning signs and good things to look for when staking? Oh, that's an interesting question. Well, I mean, I'd try and look for more like established projects. And depends if you want to, like, if you really believe that a token's going to, like, for example, like Cake isn't going anywhere, right? I think Cake got all the way up to, this is just an example, not financial advice, right? The all-time high of Cake was like almost $44, currently $16.77. So if you kind of think the bull season is going to come back with a bang, then I think it would definitely be worth, fucking piece of shit, buying Cake at like 16 bucks and just staking it, solo staking it for 111.62%. So you'll be earning that percentage the whole time, and then maybe when it 2x's, if that happens, sell half plus the interest you'll be making. So instead of just 2xing, you've more than 2x'd, or you can just sell everything and you've more than 2x'd because you've been earning interest without risk of impermanent loss that whole time. Finmatics has an excellent video covering impermanent loss. Yes, I suggest really you probably watch that one. If you want to stack USD stables in, say, an ETH stablecoin pool, what are the right conditions or best time to pull out to maximize your stablecoin stack? I mean, to be quite frank with you, like a lot of the time when you have a stablecoin farm and something like ETH, you're not going to get that much back anyway. Plus, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of have a difficulty kind of sleeping at night, keeping my hard-earned gains in a fucking smart contract. The exceptions to that being some of the bigger, more established ones like Yearn and all that kind of shit. You can pretty much sleep easy with that. And even I'd say PancakeSwap. But all these offshoots of PancakeSwap, all these other Binance Smart Chain ones, considering like how often they get like exploited and shit, no thank you. We all saw that with the PancakeSwap bunny or whatever. Fuck that shit. I don't want to wake up one day when my token, my bunny token or whatever, was worth $400 and wake up the next day and it's worth $13 because some flash loan exploiter exploited the contract. Fuck that shit. A lot of people really just like have reckless abandon. I really wish I could get some reckless abandon back. Ample on cake, that's it. Yeah, I mean, staking in LPs can just be a real pain in the ass. With Bancor, it is. Yeah, you can do that, Bancor. But bear in mind with Bancor, everyone just... not everyone, but a lot of people just seem to assume like that's like... I mean, Bancor's definitely a safe one, don't get me wrong. Let's put this on Ethereum. A lot of people just assume that Bancor single-sided impermanent loss is just like one nice easy ride. But then, well, it is really if you have the patience, because you only get covered for complete impermanent loss protection if you keep your assets in there for 100 days, which in crypto terms is like a century. So, for example, Woo, there's no Woo available, but if you put BNT into that, there's a bunch more available there. You have to keep your Woo in there for 100 days to be completely protected against impermanent loss. In the meantime, you are still earning fees and a percentage and all that kind of stuff. What's your take on Pancake Bunny? Asking for a friend, lol. I made a stream about it when it got hacked at the time. I hope everything's pumping. ZooCoin's still good. Yeah, I mean, I think they're having some... Motherfucker. Don't damp, you motherfucker. Woo's just solid as fuck, yo. I got 2 thumbs down. Shit. ZooCoin. Well, I mean, I think it's suffering from the whole phantom... The whole of the phantom ecosystem is kind of suffering at the minute. Oh, I mean, it's only down like fucking $10. What am I worrying about? Nothing. Zero. Nada. But I mean, if you look at some of these Binance Smart Chain, click thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. Fucking 2 thumbs down. That's out of order. It's just almost as though you know I didn't do any research for this stream. Some of these are just like ridiculous. There's a good I highly suggest you follow this Rect HQ. I don't know whether you do. The dark web of DeFi journalism, Rect.news. And they do some really good work. Like, you can read about all these Belt got wrecked, BurgerSwap got wrecked within the space of 2 days. So let's have a look at this BurgerSwap thing. BurgerSwap is on Binance Smart Chain, and it goes into detail about what exactly happened. But this one, they managed to get away with 7.2 million. Not wrecked, but the hackers. What does it say? Like, because a lot of these projects are just copied and pasted. So the devs, in inverted commas, when they get exploited, they have no idea what to do. You're completely at the mercy of how competent they are. And just because someone seems based on Telegram doesn't mean they know how to deal with a situation where they've been exploited and their liquidity pools have been sucked dry by some exploit or some hack or whatever. So really think long and hard about where you, if you want to get into the yield farming, where you leave your money. This is another really good guy to follow as well. Igor Igamberedev. Whenever there's like he's like a research analyst, but he like goes super in depth, like talks about like how certain things happened and all that kind of shit. Here he was talking about Belt Finance, what happened in 8 transactions, and he goes through exactly what happened. So the last thing you want to be end up being a part of is getting raked over the coals like that, really. Fortunately, I've never been in that situation. But I was in that pancake swap bunny thing like months before the exploit, and thank God I didn't get wrecked on that. Shit, that would have sucked. Bullish as fuck on Phantom. I'd rather, Max Abbott said, I'd rather stake my ACLX at 144% rather than cake it at 111%. They also released their ETH loans. Yeah, I talked about that in a stream just a couple of days ago. Al ETH. You stick 100 Ethereum in there, you get 50 Ethereum back, and then it auto repays the 100 Ethereum back. Although it does take a fair amount of time, let me tell you. Tomb on FTM is pumping. Let's have a look at that. Tomb.finance. Let's see what kind of retardo rates they're paying out. First algorithmic stablecoin on Phantom Opera pegged to the price of 1 FTM via Sonurage. Just be very, very careful with Sonurage. Because if you are not one of the first people to start unbonding yourself from the epochs, if that's how this works, then you can be left in a lot of pain. But then if it's pumping, I mean, why not? Just buy it and hold it for a bit and sell it for a higher price. Wow, you can buy a T-share, huh? What are the percentages? No, I don't have Phantom on this MetaMask anymore. Fuck it, I can't be looking at that. Anyway, yeah, there's always farms pumping shit. In Tomb since Genesis went well. What's your thoughts on Abracadabra money? Staked in Genesis with Shiba and Zoo, lol. Abracadabra money is interesting. I might do a stream on that one day. They are launching FTM pad with Spooky Swap Tomb. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of... I mean, just have to look here. Holy fuck. So that's pumping out 79.86% a week. FTM Tomb. Fuck. And FTM Tomb on Spooky is 1620% a week. That sounds sustainable. But there are a bunch of farms popping up on Phantom. And Polygon too is just like, boom, look at that. Everyone's going farming crazy, yo. But yeah, just be careful of impermanent loss. And sometimes you don't even have to buy the jump in the pools. Just buy the base token and wait till someone finds the farm, and then they'll all ape in, and the price of the token you're holding will go up. They'll all jump in the farm, steadily diluting each other, but you've got out at a 2, 3, 4, 5x without much thought or time or anything, and on to the next one. Alright guys, that was my stream. I'll make a little more effort next time, but even if you still thought this was gravy, then subscribe. And disclaimer, no financial advice, and thumbs up for the algorithm. Alright, fuck, I've got a bit of a headache. I shall see you next time. Peace out.